What is up, peoples? How you doing? This is Marshall Couture, also known as Plex in hip hop circles of marshmakesart.com and donkeyjawprojects.com. And how you guys doing, guys and gals? I'm doing all right. Today I did my stuff. It kind of was weird because I didn't really like sit down for a half an hour and do it as much as I just kind of had the inspiration. It was like one of those days where just ideas were flooding and coming, and it was really cool. I love when that happens, and the only thing is they come in inopportune times, so I have to like kind of try to jot something down on my phone real quick, and I use Google Docs. And then just kind of stop and think a little longer. And as I go, I just come up with more stuff. Um, so, but it was really cool. And I came up with like, well, first of all, I was going to say like this episode is called Being Silent because like when I'm driving, doing my job, I do a lot of deliveries and stuff. I listen to a lot of podcasts, listen to a lot of like YouTube videos and whatnot. And um all kinds of stuff. And today I was just like, I just left the sounds off, and I was just, my mind was running. I had a lot going through my mind. And sometimes I feel like that, I just have to kind of sit in silence for a little bit. Some people maybe call it meditating or something. Um, I don't know. But I was kind of purposefully like, I couldn't help. I was thinking about the story and stuff. And all of a sudden, all these ideas started flooding, and I think of it as like the idea, like the metaphor of catching butterflies and stuff. You're just kind of catching these ideas that are gently kind of falling towards you or flying away, or make sure you get them before they fly away, and um, which maybe seems weird, but I think it makes sense. So, anyways, I was just catching all these ideas, and man, stuff like came together like more than ever. Like this story is gonna be cool. Like, of course, guys, if you don't know, I'm doing a book, a graphic novel, I guess, called 12 Stories. And it's a 12-story apartment building. Each apartment level has a story of its own that will be told in about five more or less pages of comics pages, sequential art. And uh and so that's the basic idea of the story. But initially, when I came up with the idea, I was like, well, it would be cool if I can get them to connect somehow, but if I can't, it's no big deal. Even if they're just 12 random stories, it'll be a fun exercise to learn how to make comics and learn how to write stories better. So, but today I found the connections. Like, I mean, I already told you guys, I kind of came up with the connecting story, but I delved deeper into it. And wow, like, I have like two character threads that kind of interweave through the whole thing or whatever, and then will connect in the end, but they connect from the beginning too. And even throughout all the individual stories, even though they will be separate stories, you'll see little hints and clues and foreshadowings and whatever, um, that will cause you to be like at the end, like, aha. And I don't know. I think it'll be interesting if I can pull it off, right? But the ideas that I had, it seems clear in my mind. Um, but when you get stuff down and you actually like execute it, sometimes translating from here to there is not as clear. So I want to make sure I get that clarity in. And it made me think, I really want to get like an editor of some sort. Maybe there's like I can hire a professional editor, or a semi-professional editor, somebody who has experience but maybe isn't like working for a company or something. I don't know if you guys know of any resources for that kind of thing. I mean, I'm gonna have my friends and stuff look at it like when it's all finished. Um, any of you guys who want to, of course. But I would like to get somebody who like really knows what their stuff, and maybe even maybe I could shop it around to some publishers, get it published, I don't know. I don't know if my art is up to par for that or not, but we'll see. Or I don't know. I've even contemplated possibly having somebody else draw it, but I think I want to draw it, so that's probably what's going to happen. Um, but that was just kind of like a fleeting thought. But anyways, like seeing how more intricate this is, and I shouldn't say intricate, or like more involved or more, I don't know. I have a goal and I want to make sure I hit it. Seeing how it's developed, I feel like I want to make sure it's good now. Like before, it was more like, okay, it's an exercise. If it comes out good, it does. If it doesn't, that's fine too, because I'm learning, which is still basically how I'm thinking. But now I kind of want it to be a little bit more, um, I don't know. I want to say serious, but it's not like, it doesn't mean it's a serious book. Although the main story is pretty dramatic. But there's going to be all kinds of stuff in it, like different genres, different um, types of stories, like all kinds of stuff is going to be in there. Funny stuff, dramatic stuff, weird stuff. It's going to be a big mix of things. And what's funny too is this cat story that I wrote, the Here Kitty story. Um, it actually is a major part, surprisingly, of how, like, there's a lot of elements in that I'm like, that could be this, and this could be that, and that could be this. So it all connects. And then when it comes to the end, I feel like I accidentally stumbled on like a similar formula to Pulp Fiction, where there's like stories going every which way, different time periods, and that, because this is just like that, all these different stories, and there is different time periods and stuff. Um, you know, so it's like, and then at the end, it's all going to connect. So I don't know. I mean, and I've always admired that, and I was not setting out to do that. I did kind of think of that a little bit, but I didn't think I could do it, because I'm an inexperienced writer, and I mean, it's lofty. Like this is what happens with all my ideas, and I'm trying not to let it go too far, Um, but you know, my ideas get too big sometimes for me, but at least this time I have a plan of executing it, and I am executing it, and there's a bigger emphasis on actually doing the work than the other ideas I've had that have gotten super big, but I never actually even worked very far towards it. I have a plan to make it happen. So there's that. Plus, I'm just focusing on one project for once. So there's that too. Even though I talked about maybe messing with a music project, but that's more like when this project is done for the day, if I have some extra time, I'll work on that. But I have to primarily make sure I'm working on this project until it's done. That's like that's one of my only hard and fast strict rules that I'm not gonna deviate from. So, I'm excited. Um, I guess I had kind of some other stuff too to talk about, but I don't think it really connects as much as I thought it did, and I'll save it for, another episode. But just stuff I learned from learning about Ray Bradbury yesterday. Um, so, But I want to cut this down because I want to up. It's already on Google Plus, so it'll kind of upload automatically. But I want to get the the art done for it real quick and get it published because I don't have a lot of time this week. Like I have to get this done as soon as possible because I'm just not going to have time when I get home, you know, to mess with it. Or I might, but I don't want to leave it up to that and then I get too tired and don't do it or whatever. So, all right, I'm kind of babbling. Shout out to all the people doing 100 Days of Comics. You guys rock. You everybody. Thank you for watching, listening, checking out what I'm doing. I really appreciate that. I love the conversation. Let's keep that going. If you have an idea in your head and you want to do comics, I totally recommend doing 100 Days of Comics. It's a great way to get your butt in gear and do it. You know, I've done most of my things during challenges, so I know I keep repeating that, but I don't know. I just think it would be really cool to see more and more people do it, which already a lot of people have done it, but let's keep it growing, you know. Um, so yeah, that's about it. If you want to check out my stuff, marshmakesart.com. All the links are there, or find me on almost any social media place, any of the main ones, at marshmakesart. And that's about it, peeps. Thanks for watching. You guys rock. Peace out.